The worst ever happened to me when I varnished my latest paintings. I look at it here right now and I'm absolutely horrified by what I see and by the result. So today I wanted to make a quick video once again on Gamvar Varnish because we finally reached the unthinkable. What a nightmare. The worst ever happened to me when I varnished my latest paintings. I look at it here right now and I'm absolutely horrified by what I see and by the result. This is what we're gonna see today in this video. I don't have an answer about why this is happening, but good news. I have a way to fix it. Yesterday, I varnished these two paintings that I made in Switzerland, and the worst happened. I got the worst result that I ever had with this Gamvar Varnish. I already have two other videos on the channel. Check them out if you haven't seen them yet. But the beading thing, the thing where the varnish doesn't stay, but it goes kind of in a weird pattern on the painting, happened to my two latest painting that I varnished, and this time was the worst ever. So luckily enough I was able to fix it, so I'm gonna show you how I fixed it on this one. So it happened the same on this one. These two paintings were really painted in the same period of time this summer in Geneva, Switzerland. So you can imagine when you paint something abroad, you come back and then you varnish and it goes wrong. You can imagine you are even more horrified than in a normal time because you painted that abroad and you know that tomorrow you cannot go back just to paint that. It's really terrifying when you have this type of result. So I was able to fix it. As you can see here, this one is fixed, and weirdly enough, he didn't remove the varnish, but he kind of spread the varnish across the painting in a better way than when I applied it. So it's really weird. This varnish is definitely weird now. Honestly, after so many paintings being varnished, I never get a consistent result. It's always a mess. I have to say that I got to the point where I end up not even varnishing some paintings at the end. Like this one is not varnished and the result is pretty good. It kind of look matte in the end. Here it's pretty good, but it's not the best ever. And it's definitely way better than that. This is really horrendous. It looks like after cooking some oil that jump everywhere on your stove, cooking range. You know how it is, this feeling where you see the oil everywhere and it's not like flat, but it's just full of little splashes like that on the burner. Well, this is exactly the feeling that I had when I look at these paintings. I have to say here quick, this painting, for example, this is a result that I was happy with. So this is another painting that I varnished, and basically the biggest problem here is that we don't know where it comes from. There's so much aspect that can lead to that it's almost impossible to know, and that's what really bothers me. Why it does this beading thing, like it's impossible. Here it didn't do at all. I was very happy. So the only difference that I see, these two panels, and this I can certify because I made them in the same time. These two panels, I prepared before my trip a batch of panels and all of them were prepared in the same way. This is the only difference that I see between these two paintings basically. This painting that I painted in New York, I varnished it as soon as it was dry to the touch and I didn't have any surprise. This is another painting that I just varnished yesterday. This painting as well has been varnished right on time after the 2 weeks has passed. Basically, I don't have a defined time when I can varnish my painting. It kind of always depends, but it's around a week or 2 weeks of wait. So this painting as well has been varnished correctly. I'm happy about the result of this varnish. And these two paintings from Switzerland, I was not sure if I would varnish them or not. So I waited a long time and I varnished them almost a month and a half to 2 months after being finished. And you can see here, this painting is the other painting from Switzerland. I didn't varnish this one. So you can kind of clearly see the difference of these two paintings. The final result is not the same. Kind of like it as well on this, but it's definitely more matte. There's definitely less gloss on this one. So that's the only difference that I see between these two paintings, is that this one, I varnished it as soon as it was dry to the touch. And this one, I waited basically a month and a half to 2 months before varnishing it. Could it be that? So let's go ahead and let's fix this painting. So I'm gonna equip myself with a shop paper towel, a blue paper towel, any paper towel that doesn't have a lint on it or doesn't release lint when you use it. And then we're gonna stay with the same brand. You can use, I guess, any mineral spirit, but I'm gonna stick with the same brand, which is Gamblin. So Gamvar is their varnish, and Gamsol is their mineral spirit. So here in this bottle is Gamsol, even if it's not the original bottle. So I'm pouring here a little bit of mineral spirit or Gamsol, and now I'm gonna go over that painting. So now I'm gonna go from the side and I'm gonna pass that mineral spirit over the painting like that. I'm applying some force, but I'm not pushing like a fool, right? I'm just applying the mineral spirit on the painting without pushing too hard, but I still apply a little bit of force. You can see we get some pigment on the paper towel. Do not be scared about that. This is still okay. I know it's very scary when you see that, but this is still okay. The paint film is still resisting this movement on it, and you can see it's already going better. So I keep going, and I'm gonna do the entire painting like that. You can equip yourself with gloves if you need. There we go. So I do this movement in the same pattern that I apply the gesso. Voila, it doesn't really change anything, but I rather like to do it like that. Here I still have some on the left, I didn't apply it correctly. You can see some of the pigment came on my paper, so actually I'm gonna use another side. I'm not gonna apply the paint back on the painting. I'm gonna use a clean side. I'm gonna finish rubbing this. There we go. I realized in the end that doing that operation, I thought I would remove the varnish. That's what I read on their website. So I was like, okay, cool, I can remove the varnish with the mineral spirit. But in the end of the day, maybe there is a technique to completely remove it. I didn't dare applying too much mineral spirit and brushing too much the surface. At the end of the day, with this example here, I saw that if I compare the one that hasn't been varnished to this one, well, in the end of the day, the varnish hasn't been really removed from that. But it spread evenly across the surface. So this is an extra operation to make. This is an extra step to make. But in the storm of the horrendous situation that I had, I end up being pretty happy with the result, actually. So now this one still has to dry, or the mineral spirit has to evaporate the surface completely before we can see really what's the end result, before we see how the end result is gonna look like. But here, this one, I did that a few hours ago, so the mineral spirit is most likely completely evaporated already. And the end result is in my liking. You tell me if you like it or not, if you're satisfied with that end result. I hope at least that this video is gonna help you if you have the same horrible situation that I had. Definitely hope that this video is gonna help you, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one.